And welcome back. Nearly 10% of school-aged children are diagnosed with some sort of attention deficit disorder. And ADHD can be a major contributor to poor school performance. But Dr. Jenny Wilkins from Agevital Pharmacy is here with ADHD help for those already dealing with this. So let's say a child is diagnosed and they're on prescription drugs. Are there other options out there?
Oh, there's 100% natural alternatives to it. And mommies and dads need to understand that children do not have to take these toxic pharmaceutical medications that actually degenerate their little brain cells. So we have to, I'm a mom of 4, so I'm very passionate about children altogether. So I always tell moms, what is the root cause of their not being able to focus, or your children just being, you know, super spastic, because that's what it is. It's misfiring spark plugs. It's inability to digest certain types of proteins in your diet.
Wow.
So again, going back to the GMO'd foods. So then it's like, how do we isolate those chemicals that they're not pulling out of their foods and put it in into a nutraceutical, into a pharmaceutical grade vitamin mineral supplement?
Well,
and
you
that's what I've
brought some of
developed.
the supplements here.
Yep.
Let's go through some of
My
the
kids
products.
are hyper. So I have to know how to, yeah.
This is proven results. All right,
people
so let's go
know
to the
when they're
first
not
one.
taking their supplements. So I have my Amino Pro. Amino acids are the building blocks to everything, okay? And if our foods are being tampered with, we're not pulling out those amino acids. Little children need brain food, because that's what amino acids are. It helps them produce those neurotransmitters. That way their little spark plugs can get going and firing. And then how do we get those spark plugs firing? That's why I have the CBD tincture and the CBD capsules. I have both of those in an oil and an oral form. I even have them in a rapid dissolving form where it instantly just dissolves underneath your tongue.
So
I don't have that
CBD
here.
do
So
for the kids' brains?
CBD helps make those connections and those spark plugs. So think of the brain stem. There's like a bunch of wires in there. And if those wires are not firing, then amino acids aren't being utilized to feed, you know, for energy and mood and for, I mean, they feel like almost like they're too hyper-focused, or they just feel really slow. They can't, you know, look at something. A lot of children describe it as, I feel like there's a lot of trains running by. I can hear 1,000 conversations at once, and I can't figure out which conversation to focus on.
That's a great example.
That's hard.
That's how my 7-year-old described it. You know, it's like, oh, well, that's a really good analogy. I'm going to use that. Bunch of little trains running around. So those amino acids, and then the CoQ10. CoQ10 helps to transport the oxygen, you know, to the different cells where the spark plugs are firing. So these kind of, you know, go hand in hand. So you have the neurotransmission, you have the oxygen transportation, and then you have making sure that those spark plugs are firing so the connections can be made, you know, systemically everywhere, so they can
parents
focus.
have options.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
And
You
they can
don't
get
have
off
to go
of
to
Adderall,
something.
they can get off of Vyvanse, they can get off of the Ritalin. You're remembering that's actually inducing more psychosis in our children than benefiting them.
Wow.
Longer list of side effects.
Well, thank you so much, Jenny. And you guys can get more information about all the different supplements at her store by visiting the location off Main Street in downtown Sarasota, or going to their website,